Lightpanel 500 V2. Today we'll be doing some unboxing. Hey folks, today we're in the Seattle product lab here at Forever Green Indoors, and we're going to unbox a Lightpanel 500 and install it in a rack system with a 4x8 lift built in, and tomorrow we're going to be installing the grow trays. The Lightpanel 500 is a true 4x8 commercial grow light. It's designed to sit over 4-foot trays. It's 44 inches long. It runs at 450 watts. This is our new V2 version. Comes with the instruction manual. We do ship it now with a 110 volt plug, but if you need a 220 volt plug, let us know and we'll ship it out. It comes with a 12-foot whip, which is bare wired, so that it can either be hardwired into your power supply. It can be connected with the 110 volt plug that we supply, or you can put any other plug that you need on there depending on your power service. We do ship it with this cover, this cardboard cover, which covers the diodes. And you'll see that that Lightpanel 500 V2 has 3 14-inch panels. Each one of these panels uses a mix of warm white and neutral white diodes to create our proven grow spectrum. And also these little holes around the outside are all 660 nanometer red diodes. So this is a big light, much bigger than it looks like on Amazon or our website. A couple things to mention: it has new constant current LED drivers that dim to 0 using our dimming controller. Also these flip up brackets. I'll show you how easy it makes to install this light in a rack system. We put these in just to make the installation process a lot quicker. You can use rope ratchets, you can even use zip ties, but in this particular case we're going to be installing it in our light lifter. On to installing it in our light lifter. Okay, so we've moved out to the demo grow area that we're putting together, and I just wanted to mention, when you're moving the Lightpanel 500 around, I recommend you keep that cardboard cover on the diodes just so you can put your hand underneath and move it. There is a conformal coating on the diodes now, which is waterproof, so a little overspray won't hurt the light, but you definitely don't want to be hitting the diodes with anything as you're moving it around in your racks. Okay, so now we're going to add it to the 2 other lights that we have here in our 4x8. So we're going to have 3 Lightpanel 500 V2s over this 4x8 tray, and tomorrow the Botanicare trays come in so we can actually start growing, which I'm looking forward to. So let me just put this together real quick and then we'll come back. I want to show something that's kind of slick here with the light panel and the light lift, and that is the way that it's mounted. So these flip up brackets are designed to insert directly into the light lift. And there's a groove in the lift, and this just slides up and in, and it's just a simple cotter pin which you slide in here. Then you just install the cotter pin and the light is hung. Pretty easy. Okay, we have our 3 Lightpanel 500s installed on the lower rail of our lifting system. I'm going to show you the lifting system in a second here. These are built in lengths of up to 24 feet. Our standard is 16 feet. This is an 8-foot section, which is not standard, but we can make them this way. And it's really perfect for installing in warehouse style racking. If I pan up here above, you can see how the lift works with the pneumatic tubes up here. So those extend out, and the cables on both sides just drop the lifts down and hold them securely. So there's about 30 inches of travel on the light lift, which gives you a ton of control over power measurement. So I'm going to go ahead and lift it up right now so you can see what it's like when it's fully retracted. Okay, all 3 panels are now installed. I've got them raised all the way up to the 30 inches of travel. This particular shelf is set so that there's about 3 feet of room between the panels and the trays. A little bit too tight for cannabis growing. I would set these shelves at more like 5 feet apart if I was going to use the lifts and the 500s in this configuration. These are actually also top canopy high bay lighting, and they can sit as high as your HPS lights would have sat in the past. So now I'm going to clean the whole installation up and get it lit up. So I'm going to prep it for the 110 volt plug. The leads are a little bit long. We do pre-test the lights, so these are going to look twisted up. It doesn't mean the light is used, it means that it's been tested and burned in properly, but that is too long, so we just need to snip all 3 of these with about 1 inch of room to go onto our 110 volt plug. And the so for a 110 volt connection, the correct wiring is white's going to go to the silver screw, black's going to go to the bronze or gold colored screw. You'll see this is slightly more bronze than the silver screw, and green is going to go to the green screw. So I just need to strip these, connect it up, and we're ready to go. So yeah, it's just a little bit of extra work. It takes a couple of minutes to put these on, but it's less wasteful than putting a 110 volt plug on, and then if you needed 220, cutting it off, peeling it back, stripping it for a 220 volt plug or hardwired plug. So that's why we don't install them from the factory. So here we have 3 Lightpanel 500 V2s on the FGI light lifter installed in a 4x8 rack. This layout, 3 per 4x8, is our highest yielding layout. We've done very, very well in all our commercial grows with this, and I just wanted to be able to show it. There's a par sensor sitting here right now. It's reading 3,600 moles right underneath the light, which is ridiculous. We're not going to grow at that height, so I'm going to start raising it up. Okay, so now I'm at 24 inches above the measurement surface, which would be 24 inches above the top of the finished plant canopy, and I'm reading a consistent 1,050 on the par meter. In the gaps, it goes down a little bit. I get down as low as about 920, and then it comes back up to 1,050. So if you think about that, at 24 inches, you could mount these high in the ceiling, high enough to definitely walk under, and almost as high as you would have mounted your double-ended units if they're, I have these at 32 inches on center from one another. So now what I've done is I've dropped the lights down to 18 inches above what we're calling the measurement surface, and I got to wear these glasses. I work around LEDs so much, and they're really not great for your eyes. So directly underneath the measurement surface, I'm reading 1,250 micromoles, and in the gaps between the lights, not bad, still reading about 900 micromoles. And again, directly underneath the light, 1,200 micromoles. That's a very high intensity grow. It is possible to grow cannabis at 1,200 micromoles. Some strains are more photosensitive than others. It is possible to actually grow as high as 1,500 depending on the strain, but that's really pushing it. If you wanted to grow at 1,500 micromoles under the Lightpanel 500 in a 4x8, we would actually have you install one more panel. And at 450 watts per panel, you're at 900 watts per 4x4, which is almost the same wattage as a double-ended unit. Those are about 1,050 with your ballast. So not a lot of energy savings, but you will definitely be pushing high yields with that level of intensity. So that's an unboxing video for the Lightpanel 500 V2, along with our light lifter to dial in par over canopy over a 4x8. Thanks for listening.